Hi guys, how are you? Mary Stewart here today with Jodi Costa. And if you don't know who she is, she's a book publisher at Two Penny Publishing. And basically, they help new and seasoned authors get the book that's in their head and heart into their hands and into the hands of others. Welcome, Jodi. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. It's really fun to meet you, and I'm excited for all you've got in the works. And thanks so much for just chatting with me a little bit about what I'm doing. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. So, Jodi, I want you to kind of start wherever you want, but tell me, how did you get into book publishing?
That's a fun story. I will give you the short version. It was quite by accident, actually. I was working with a gentleman who wrote some curriculum, and he asked me to put it into 3-ring binders. And as I got reading it, I said, this is not 3-ring binder material. So with my scrappiness and resourcefulness, long story short, I figured out how to self-publish. And it was kind of a lengthy process, and stumbled along the ways, but after we knew it, we had a published book. Now, the gentleman who wrote it, Tom Goodlett, he was super excited and thought, let's do that again. So we did it 2 more times, and then people started saying, you know what, can you do that for me? And that's how Two Penny Publishing was born. Within the first 90 days, we met our whole annual goal for the year. So people were lined up to get their books published and make a difference in their lives and the lives of their readers.
Awesome. What an amazing story. So, when you speak of people, they were lined up. So, who is your target audience and what problems do you kind of solve for them?
Oh, excellent. Well, during the time I was researching and finding out how to become published authors and getting this particular curriculum published, I ran up against a lot of brick walls for our circumstances and what we wanted to do. So we fashioned our business and our system according to what we needed, and we find it's working for others. One thing is when you're writing a book and when you're pouring your heart and your creativity into speaking to your audience, sidetracking or getting derailed with trying to figure out the best way to get your book published just kind of defeats your purpose and can take the wind out of your sail. So we do a lot of the work for you. We have author coaches to do something like we're doing with Zoom or our Google Hangouts, and we individually customize our author coaching according to what our new authors need. We do that. We have a whole team of 8 that will edit, proof, ghostwrite. We designed the interior of your book, and we have our cover designer, and we even have our audio specialist to do the Audible version.
Awesome. So let's just say if I brought to you, where would you start if I brought like a diary or something to you, sort of like your first person? How would you handle that? Would I need a book coach?
Yeah, that's amazing. What we ask our authors to do is kind of finalize what message they would like to bring. What is the overall tone of your book? And who is your audience? Because as a coach, you know that you speak differently to different people. So finalizing who your audience is going to really kind of hone in on what your message is going to be. And then we have the coaches that have 4 different phases. We have 4 different personalized sessions to help you get that book out of your head and into paper. So there's some really great guidelines we have set in place to help you write.
Awesome. I love systems and processes. So I'm loving hearing how you're walking an author from the beginning to the end of their process. And you spoke earlier how your business took off really quickly. So what is your vision? What is your vision to scale even further? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, what we'd like to do is just offer, there's so many different options, book publishing options out there. It's kind of a hot industry right now. What we'd like to do is just find the authors that we're a good fit for. And our vision is to bring your book to life and help impact your life personally and impact your career and, have doors opened. So we have some social media strategies we're going to be implementing here by the end of this month. We have a new website, and our biggest thing, our biggest sellers are word of mouth, our happy authors that have made #1 bestseller on the Amazon list, and they're just so excited they can't help but keep it to themselves, and other people are asking them, how did you do that? And we're here.
Yeah. Word of mouth is the biggest compliment, right? It beats all other forms of marketing. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So how would you define success for you?
Wow. Well, success is different to different people. How I define success is it's basically a journey on how many lives you can impact personally and positively on the way to your own goals, and bring as many people with you as possible. No one needs to stand on a mountain alone. I was just talking to a gentleman who actually has done mountain climbing, and he says, you can't be at the top alone. You don't step on people. People help you get up, and then you turn around and actually help them up. And as the higher you go, you have to get acclimated to that situation. So success to me is, reaching my own goals, but looking around me at the lives and the careers I've impacted, and making sure that they're at a successful goal rate too.
Awesome. I love that. I love the kind of community approach to success, because we cannot do it alone. As you already spoke earlier, you have a team of 8 to help you in your business.
Exactly.
Okay, Jodi, let's talk a little bit about your favorite tool to help your business run smoother. I can definitely tell that you like streamlined approaches and systems.
I do. I do. As far as keeping all of our projects straight and in order, and the task list that we go down as the author goes from writing to publishing, I love Asana. Asana is a project management tool. I get to share it with the rest of my team, tag people. They can check it off their list. Oh my goodness, the most favorite of all things. And we utilize a lot of Google products as well. We utilize Google Hangouts. It's pretty universal for people to get in on, and the calendar. And then we utilize the Google Drive to transport files back and forth. It's safe, really efficient, and it's free.
Gotcha. I love that, because all you need are a couple of good tools.
Exactly.
So I'm familiar with Asana, but I've just started introducing ClickUp to my clients. Started using
Really?
and introducing it to my clients as well. All righty, so thanks for sharing that. So some of the things that I like to talk to my clients about is like my 4D framework. And basically that's where you dive into your time to see how you're spending your time. And then you do what only you can do. Then you delegate out other things. And then the last thing you do is ditch what is no longer working. So my first question for you is, how often do you dive into your schedule to see what's working?
So as far as my work schedule, I have that pretty regimented, although my projects are not regimented. So, an author completes a manuscript when they complete it. So then I just kind of implement my schedule from there. As far as diving into my schedule, it's pretty much with the projects. About midway through a project or a book project, we'll kind of do an analysis and look overall, are we on track? Are we on schedule? Do we need to make some adjustments because of life circumstances? And we always do one as soon as a book is published. We have a big celebration and say, what did we do right? And those are the things we keep. or improve on, and what could we do better at. And those are the things where we kind of like the team gets together and we say, what are some different options we could have done, or what will we do going forward? So at least 2 times during each book project, we dive in.
So I don't think okay, so I know that it's up to the author to get the manuscript to you, but do you have any suggested guidelines, or do you kind of let them go at their own pace the entire time?
That's a great question. We have some authors that have a lot of writing skill and ability, and they just need some, honing, some editing, some proofing, just some basic guidelines to tighten it up. And then we have other people that have really terrific stories, but they're not writers. So that's where our ghostwriters come into play. And they'll do interviews. We've got 2 books going on right now that are utilizing our ghostwriters. They do online video or phone interviews to get the information. And then they go off and write. And they come back and have sessions every 2 chapters or so. And so that works out really great.
Um, I'm just thinking I may be like a ghostwriting kind of gal. That may be the service that I may need in the future. Because people say that everyone has a book in them, but my wheels are spinning over here.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, everybody has a story to tell, because even if 2 people have the same experiences, you walk away with a different journey. And so if you both go to, let's say, Cracker Barrel for pancakes, you're both going to have the same food, but your experience will be totally different. I don't know why I'm talking about pancakes. I'm not hungry right now, really.
So right about that. We can have the same experience, but we will tell the story differently. That is so true. All right. So tell us something in your business that only you can do.
Oh, that's great. Well, I personally, one of my roles is talking to wonderful potential authors like yourself and your audience. And I'm the only one of me, so I'm the only one who can do that particular role. And I also am the designer of the book. So the way the book looks, the margins, the little decorations, accoutrements, the fonts, all the styling, all of that, that's all me. But I am working on mentoring someone else to duplicate my effort so we can grow our business. That is something that's exclusive to me. Our author coaches, those are very exclusive because, as you know, from coach to coach, yeah, y'all have different styles, and I think that's wonderful. So we have 2 author coaches, and they both have different approaches that are amazing and award-winning, actually.
All righty. So the task that you're currently delegating seems like in the future that you're going to have someone to do the exact same thing. But is there anything that you're currently delegating or outsourcing?
Our team is a talented bunch of individuals, and right now we do not outsource anything. Even our website that is being worked on, he is one of our authors, and so we asked him to join our team, and he thought that was a fantastic opportunity. So he's building our website, and he is offering his services to our authors to help them market their new books if that is something they need. Yeah, we're pretty self-sufficient between our photographers and our cover designers, and at this point, no outsourcing required.
Seems like you've built yourself an A team. Bravo.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what are some of the actions that you've had to ditch in the last 6 months to help you with your momentum?
Some actions to ditch. We started with a really simple system and strategy, and we're just building on it. Tried out for a little while. We really haven't had to ditch anything yet because our base foundation was pretty streamlined and simplified.
Awesome. So have you had to kind of think about any thought work as you grew your business? any thoughts that you wanted to get rid of or anything?
Thoughts. Oh, well, this is a common one with our potential authors.
Mhm.
Am I doing this right? All these second guesses, and who am I to be writing a book? Is anyone going to read it? Um, these are very toxic thoughts to an author. Um, so surrounding yourself with other positive influencers. So we started a private Facebook group for just our authors. And they bounce ideas. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And I'm not feeling it today. And our authors will pounce and say, girl or dude, let's do this. You started it, and it was a great idea when you thought of it, and it hasn't stopped being a terrific idea. You just need to see it through.
Awesome. I love that. So, can you share with my audience, like, what are some of the advantages of becoming an author? Like, can I just kind of sit over here willy nilly for 10 years and not get my book out? Like, what are some of the advantages of becoming an author?
That's a great question. Being a published author kind of takes you from being obscure to being credible, kind of putting you in the expert seat of your industry. You've got something to say, you've got something to share, and here's a published book to prove it. It's almost like someone going to high school and then getting a job versus someone going to high school and then going on to college, and having that piece of paper just says, I did it. And to any one of your audience members that have ever tried to or accomplished writing a book, they will be shaking their heads. Yes, it is a huge feat to complete a book successfully, and so you will become known in your industry even better. And what one of our first authors mentioned was, people that are professionals, they hand out their business cards, but if you really want to be known as an expert or someone to turn to, you will hand out your book. And so it's a door opener. It will take you through personal and career growth. You'll learn so much about yourself. You'll learn who your friends are, who you can rely on for feedback and input. Writing a book is it is definitely a game changer for you personally and your career.
Mhm. I love that. Imagine going to a networking event instead of handing out a card, you hand out your book.
That's right.
I love. Yeah. So, you spoke a little bit about like how you walk your authors through the process, and it seems like that there is some hand holding, and that the clients are gonna be in good shape if they come and hang out with you to get their books published.
Absolutely. Yes. We don't really want to put our two-penny publishing stamp on a book that doesn't look smart and usable and entertaining, depending on what genre you're writing in. We want it to be an effective piece of literature out there, doing the most good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. Do you have anything else that you want to add as far as things that you want to talk to us about as far as two penny publishing, or any of your coaching background before we play a little game?
Oh, a game. Oh, I love this. You are fun, aren't you, Mary? um, well, let's see. Things I want to share. I've actually started writing a book,
Hmm.
and I think it was pretty lofty of me because I'm not a writer, but I have a lot of good ideas and I have some good things to say. And so it was really enlightening for me to put myself through the systems that we created here and how well they're working. Not that I ever doubted them for a moment, because they were put together strategically with a team, not just by one person. But I'm walking through the steps, and they are working, and I'm excited to publish my book later this year.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and good luck on that. So keep me posted once your book is published. Jodi? Oh, let's see. Okay, I think we had a little bit of I had some issues, but
Okay.
we're gonna continue on into the last little bit.
Okay.
It's gonna be like rapid fire. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions and I just want you to just spit out some answers really fast for me.
Oh dear. I hope this doesn't go terribly wrong. Okay. This sounds fun.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
Oh, 11.
Oh, super cool. So if you had a yacht, what would you name it?
Either In Debt or Impulse Buy.
I hear you. So iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Okay. What are you afraid of?
Oh, accidentally tucking my skirt into my underpants and walking out of the ladies' room in public. I'm not afraid of too much other than that.
That's hilarious. Okay, so dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Both, but dark.
Okay, awesome. So that's all I've got, and thank you so much for joining me in on this interview. Your interview has been very enlightening and encouraging that we all have books in us, and no matter the experience, even if we're standing side by side of someone, we're gonna tell the story differently. So thank you so much for sharing that with my audience. So how can we find you?
You can either email me, Jodi at twopennypublishing.com. We have a Facebook page. It's Two Penny Publishing. And we are working on our website, which is twopennypublishing.com.
Awesome. So all of the same letterings, and it's spelled just like it sounds, TWOPENNY Publishing. Okay.
That is correct.
Yes. Thanks, Jodi. If you want more interviews like this, then please come on over to my Facebook group. The Facebook link will be in the comments. And if you've launched and you're hearing crickets, then make sure that you download my free guide. In my free guide, I'm going to show you what you need to streamline your processes so that you can actually start getting business, so that you can be at home with your kids, be done with having a boss, and have the time freedom that you crave. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.